Hey guys, Mustang in here bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and today we are going to be showing off the true prize of this latest world tournament on Global, and that is of course the High School GOHAN that you see here. We got him on the first rotation. Whoever would have expected that to happen in a showcase, that he's actually on the first rotation. So this guy is now incredibly good, easily one of the best super type support units in the game. He only does supreme damage and has a medium chance to stun, which, you know, the stunning is good for things like Super Battle Road. Supreme damage, I mean, that's what we would expect. But that's not what he's here for. He's not about damage. So we look at his passive. Attack and defense 58%. That might seem a little bit low when you first read it, just off the jump. But reduces damage received by 58%, which is pretty insane. That's a very high number for damage reduction. And then he gives superclass units 2 key and attack and defense 30%. So remember, of course, he gets that as well. So that increases his overall attack and defense to somewhere close to like 90%, which is a lot more reasonable. And as you can see from his hidden potential, I have given him skill orbs because I'm not joking when I say he's one of the best support units. Like, this guy is an auto include on any team that he fits on now. So I thought he was worthy of some quality skill orbs. We've got that dodge chance because, I mean, even though he reduces damage by a crazy amount, it would be always still better to take 0 damage. But I do need to reset his hidden potential. I pulled the final copy that I needed for him to Rainbow, but before we ever knew what his awakening was, I'd given him full dodge. So I do need to still change at least one of his other stars to additional. And then I think that would be a solid build for him. But yeah, he is on some good categories here. Like I said, I feel like he's an auto-include on every one of these categories. The only exception, I guess, would maybe be Majin Buu Saga if you're running a good mix of super and extreme units, because he does only support super type units. But anyway, we're running him on the Goku family team. Let's jump straight in and see what he can do here on turn 1 against the Fat Buu. Obviously, we are on the very first stage. This is the versus Majin Buu stage of Infinite Dragon Ball history, because I wanted to go into one of the slightly harder ones, because I probably won't do the whole run, but I just wanted to see him perform. And yeah, him taking a super attack in the first turn is actually perfect, because 45k is basically nothing. I mean, you think about support units that you would normally be bringing into these kind of events, because obviously this guy, most of the time, he's actually going to be in the 3rd slot, just floating to support the team. But because we want to show him off, obviously we're going to keep him in the main rotation on this team. But for a unit that's going to be in the 3rd slot, floating around, in some of these harder events, you can easily expect them to be taking that sort of damage from normal attacks. I mean, units like Bulla, if she doesn't dodge, for example, like, there are certain support units that still very much fit into that category of, you know, if they don't dodge or get any sort of, you know, extra protection from other units on the rotation, they just get absolutely destroyed if they get hit. And so that's probably the main reason why this Gohan is just so good, because you can take him into some of the hardest events in the game. And not only is he going to be providing that support and making your, you know, crazy double LR rotations or whatever you're using, like some of your most powerful units, and then he's just going to come in the 3rd slot and give them that massive extra buff, but without being a liability to the team, which is the most important thing. Because, I mean, we've had it happen before on the channel. I'm sure you guys have experienced it yourself. There's nothing worse than being in one of those more difficult events and then one of your support units basically gets you killed, because everything seems to be going well, and then they catch a super in the last slot, which is definitely not what you want. So, but yeah, so let's go ahead, and I think does he link better with the Go Bros? Probably. He doesn't have the best links, at least for some of the units on this team. Once the Namek Goku transforms, I think he's actually his best link partner on this team, so we'll actually try and float that Goku off on the next turn, I think. But, I mean, here we have type advantage over the Evil Buu, so he's not going to be able to do anything to us, whether he super attacks or not. So, yeah, double digits. Okay, good. We get the super. That's what I wanted to see. Is this going to be double digits? 10k, wow. Yeah, 10k is basically nothing. Now, obviously, I could have jumped into one of the easier stages of Infinite Dragon Ball history, like the first one versus androids. I do that quite a lot for showcases, and he probably would be taking less damage from the supers from those earlier stages because the overall difficulty level of those events is just lower in general. But yeah, I mean, for him to be able to take that kind of damage in these events is actually really good. Because, like I say, the important thing to bear in mind is that he is, like, quote-unquote, just a support unit. So, being able to bring him on your team and just have him comfortably sit in that last slot and you not have to worry. Because, like, those of you who've been around the channel for a while and you've seen us do various runs on, like, the Legendary Goku event and stuff like that, you always get those rotations come up every now and then where there's, like, 5 attacks in the final slot or something like that. And if that's one of the rotations where you've got one of your support units, then you need to really like rethink how you're going to play that turn, because you can't just leave that support unit in the last slot and then have them take like 50, 60, sometimes even like 80k from normal attacks. Like if there's only one attack in that last slot, you can take the risk, because even if they take a super, maybe they take like 250k, but if you're on full health, you're not exactly going to be in danger of being instantly killed by that kind of attack. But Gohan, he's just never going to take 250k. Like, I guess we'll have to take him into the Legendary Goku event and hopefully get into a spot where we can get super attacked by Int UI Goku and see how much damage that does. But I sincerely doubt that it will do like 200k. So yeah, he's just the perfect support unit for you to not have to worry about your team getting absolutely destroyed. So go ahead and use Pan's active skill here. Obviously, I said before, like, Gohan's never going to be the hardest hitting unit on your team, but, you know, just wanted to give him that little bit of a boost there. We do have type advantage, so yeah, he's taking the super attack again. I mean, this is kind of what we want, really. I mean, he's just able to tank out here, take no damage. I mean, the Go Bros, they build up their defense like really, really well, but they will still take damage from like a big super attack, especially if they don't have type advantage. So this Gohan just out here tanking like an absolute boss, and yeah, we are looking good here. So we got the triple active skill turn. Yeah, let's just use the Kamehamehas here, see if we can just get rid of Boo this turn and move straight into the next rotation. That would be good. So, a million, no crit, unfortunately. See if we can get one for the friend. Hey, there we go. So we got like 3 million damage basically for free off of active skills. So we'll take that. And then I guess we might as well go ahead and transform Gohan as well. So this is just going to be the full-on active skill turn here. So yeah, seems pretty appropriate to transform Gohan here and then have Gohan versus Super Boo. Especially because we're not going to be able to get a super attack for either of the Super Saiyan 4 Gokus here. But that's fine, because Gohan should easily finish the job here. So we'll let him go ahead and finish off Super Boo. And then who have we got for the next? What's the typing of the next phase? That's STR. Okay. So we got the Namek Goku on rotation now. So we've got quite a few more of our links active with the High School Gohan, which is good. So we'll go ahead and do this. And then do this. I'll probably leave it here as the final turn. Like I said, I'll probably take him into some of the harder events as well and see how he does there. But, I mean, you can see here, we're still just taking double-digit damage from normal attacks. And not many other support units in the game are able to do that. So, obviously in this event we can't stun, so we haven't seen any of that go off. But that's something that will be very useful in Super Battle Road. And he keeps taking super attacks. But there's that dodge. I mean, like we've seen from the previous turns, he wouldn't have taken a crazy amount of damage anyway. So yeah, it's not many support units that you can put in front of all those attacks and basically take no damage. So the High School Gohan, very, very good. If you've been saving your World Tournament tickets, I think now is definitely the time to jump into the banner and start using them, especially if you don't have a copy of him, because he is featured on the banner. So now is definitely the time to use some of those tickets and see if you can get any remaining copies of him that you need. So yeah, you go. Let me know what you guys think down below. Do you agree that he's one of the best super type support units? I think it'd be pretty hard to argue, but let me know what you think in the comments down below. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the link to my Discord down below. Feel free to join in the fun down there, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.